Thanks, darlings. This is a live. This is a live. So I'm going to do some chit chatting. We're going to talk about how to get the ring. We're talking about how to get the ring. How to get the ring. 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 So if you want to know how to get the ring, you are right here on the right channel. Hello, my darlings. I'm actually live on SWAN City on Facebook and Instagram. I've never done a double live, but I'm going to give it a go. It has to be said that the filters in Instagram are so much better. I have no idea what's going on Facebook. How are you all? How are you, my darlings? How are you doing? So, Mama Swan has been off grid for a little while. I know you've seen me in the reels, but I've been off the grid a little while because I've had so much work to do. Some obedience stuff needed to be done because last year I was supposed to have created the professional coaching for Black Swans, people who want to be coaches. It's had me working very hard. Hello, my darlings. Hello, Miss Blessed. Hello, hello. It's good to see you, Lady Gabby. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So today we're going to be talking about how to get the ring. And basically, two things you need to know. The reason we're talking about how to get the ring is because the Get the Ring Masterclass is finally out. Thank you, Nadine, who's our curriculum development person who stayed up all night getting it done. Because I've been working on that course for months, literally a year. So Get the Ring is the course that is between exclusivity and engagement. Because that piece, so many of us are missing that piece, right? Some of us are able to get the traction. Some of us are thinking, I just need to go on a second date. Some of us are thinking, I need to get out of the talking stage. Some of us are thinking, okay, this course is for women who have got to the stage where a man has asked them to be exclusive. Okay, you've actually had the ask. You're not making it up in your head, right? And you are now exclusive, but you really don't know how to maintain. What do we do now? Okay, then what? I get that for my brides too. Congratulations to Crystal, who just got engaged the other day. Yay! Okay, so she got the ring, along with all my other clients who have got the ring, are getting the ring, on their way to get the ring. It takes a lot to keep a man attracted, to keep a man wanting to keep committing, investing. When you get to that stage where you've been together, yay, when you've been together for, let's say, 6 months, sometimes up to that 1 year mark, things get boring. Men get bored really easily. They're so boring. Whenever you provide comfort to a man and he feels comfortable, the next thing is he feels bored. And then we start having to deal with the hot and cold, hot on and off, being taken for granted, and all the silly funny business that we all have to deal with, right? Now, women get bored sexually way faster than men get bored emotionally, okay? And men get bored emotionally very fast. And so a lot of my swans were like, okay, Chengi, you're helping us get to the point. Hey, Amy, good to see you too. I needed to do it. It had to be done. It had to be done. I had to come on here live. So my swans were coming on and saying, you know, Chengi, thank you. I'm finally dating great guys. I'm like seeing this guy, but girl, can you please do a course to help us keep this thing going? Because it's so hard trying to keep the momentum going for yourself and for him. So in this live, we're going to talk about how to maintain how to drive how to allow a man to drive the relationship, how to maintain the momentum from your end, and how to keep that flow going. Okay, now I know that it's not going to be the most popular topic because so many of us are dating, but can I just say, you're better off learning what I'm about to teach you and getting the Get the Ring Masterclass now, because in there are principles that you don't want to start learning when you get there. Right? Like most things, you want to learn some things before. I'm going to be working on so many courses this year, and many of them will be donation based. I want to be able to at least provide one donation based course, but because I've been working on the professional coaching, so for those of you who want to train to be professional relationship coaches. If that feels like your calling, if that feels like what you want to do with your life in the world, if you feel like I really feel like I have a calling or a compulsion towards helping people in their relationship, I don't want you to worry about whether you are single or married or any of that. If you feel that's a compulsion for you, then I want you to go to blackswanrelationshipacademy.com, and on the homepage you're going to see a tab that says I want to be a professional coach. Hit that and you'll be able to book a 30-minute free interview with any of our coaches. And they're going to give you an interview, and the interview is not to grill you, is to really figure out what you want and help you figure out how you're going to get it and give you an answer all your questions, okay? Because the course is I'm still working on it. I'm working on it day and night. So we are really just getting a waiting list in place, really, and because it will launch officially in April. So this is a perfect time for you to get as much information. So if you feel called to being a relationship coach, this is going to be an extensive, amazing course, because what it's going to do, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about being a coach. I'm going to teach you everything about being a great coach, about being a world-class coach. And above all, I'm going to teach you how to build a business like a world-class coach. Okay, so hello, we are the Black Swans. We don't do anything like anybody else. So it is a passion project. I love it. I feel like I'm only going to reach 1 billion women if I have at least 2 million coaches or half 500 million coaches. That's the only way we're going to reach 1 billion women with the message of the Black Swan. So I want to encourage you to pray about it, think about it, really think about whether you feel a compulsion to help people with their relationships, with your dating. If that feels like you, I want you to go to blackswanrelationshipacademy.com front page and hit that Make Me a Professional and get into the first round of interviews, because there will be an introductory offer for those people who get into the interviews in March. You will get it cheaper. You're going to get so many goodies thrown your way. So I want you to do that if you feel called to be a relationship coach, and perhaps one day even a relationship expert. Whatever, this is your time to jump in there and get it done, okay? And so let's get into today's live, and I'm going to give you all an opportunity. I hope you can all hear me. I'm going to give you all an opportunity to ask your questions. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video on YouTube with Kit, who is my friend, protege, all things, fantastic interview. It was actually very gripping. You want to go and watch that. If you go to my stories, you will see the link. Okay, that's all the announcements that I need to make. So why are we getting stuck in girlfriend zone? Girls, why are we getting stuck in girlfriend mode? We're getting stuck, aren't we? We're getting stuck being a man's girlfriend. And the girlfriend trap is real. The girlfriend trap is 100% real. And many of us are getting stuck there. All right. And my job is to get you out of there. Okay. Out of there. Into the point where you crack the commitment code. Why aren't men committing? Why are they not committing? Right. Let's get into it. Got my notes. So I'm going to give them to you real fast, quick, and in a hurry. And then point you in the direction of the 4-hour, 2-hour. I don't know. You know me. When I do a course, I pour everything into it. So if I say I've spent a year creating and trying to bring to you the Get the Ring, Crack the Commitment Code course, you know it's good. Okay. Yes, and I want you all to request to be on video as well. I will bring you on because I want to spend some time with you. I love spending time with you. Because this month I am not having a donation course. I'm not having one of my free stroke donation courses where you pay £1, because we're working so hard to get the professional course done, and we are actually launching the Get the Ring, Crack the Commitment Code in the month of March. So there's a lot going on. So we will start our free masterclasses, our donation masterclasses, which is only £1. We will start that next month in April, and hopefully till the end of the year. So I really want to generously pour into you, because generosity is my word for 2024. I intend to pour generously into all of you as much as I can. Okay. You're like, get on with it, girl. All right. crack the commitment code. What are some of the issues that I'm going to be dealing with in the course? And you can go deeper. Immaturity. Okay. They're no particular order. It's immaturity. Immaturity on behalf of the man and behalf of the woman. Okay. Relationships are for the mature. Relationships are for the mature. They're for the emotionally mature. What does that look like? It looks like emotional regulation. It looks like thinking through your process and not being so impetuous. Actually, I have 2 videos on YouTube that you can watch. Beautiful videos talking about building emotional maturity. What does that look like for a woman? And what does a woman look like when she's emotionally immature? What does she look like when she's immature? And what does a man look like when he's emotionally immature and emotionally mature? Okay, so those are great videos to go and watch. You can go to my YouTube channel, search those titles, and if you need me to find them for you, I can find them for you and put them in my stories so you can access the link. Okay, I might do that after the live. Remind me, somebody. I know somebody will. But maturity is the one thing that is missing in the 21st century. We are growing up very, very, very slowly. And maturity is really about your capacity to compromise. I will do. Thank you. To compromise, to know what compromise looks like, to acquiesce, to serve, to communicate vulnerably, openly, without throwing tantrums. I don't know if you've seen the reel that I did about how a feminine woman communicates. There is a way, and I show you the different ways of a masculine woman, an immature woman. There's a way to communicate. Maturity says and understands that good things take time, that things are not going to work out the way I want them to, but I have capacity to contain another human being. I have self-control. I have self-mastery. I take responsibility for my actions, my thoughts, my happiness, my behavior. Before we can even talk about being married, getting the ring, we have to talk about maturity. Am I grown? And to be fair, many of us are in adult bodies, but we still think like children. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. I was watching an interview of Dr. Cindy Trim this morning that one of my coaches sent me. I happen to be a fan of Dr. Cindy Trim. I think she's like me. I look at her and I think, oh my God, that's like a just more fly version of me. I love her. Okay. So I'm watching her and she says something that I knew that 99.9% of women were going to have a problem with. Well, not 99.9, but a huge chunk of women were going to have a problem with this. And the only reason, 2 reasons that would have a problem with it, not the only reason that would have a problem with it, for 2 reasons. One major reason is emotional immaturity. And the second reason would be because they don't understand. So I'm going to say to you, this is what she said. She said, no matter how angry you are, you must not withhold sex from your husband. I could already feel the protests. Okay. And then of course, so said, so done. One of the ladies called in and said, well, I don't know how I can not withhold sex if I'm upset, if I'm not happy. I don't know, so I expected that. And I think that it's very challenging. And I know that when I was emotionally immature, that would have been a thing. Right, we would have gone into it. How am I supposed to want to have sex with a man? And I've got into it. And I'm sure some of you have heard that right now, me saying that, and you're thinking, yeah, why would I want to have sex when I'm angry? Because the reality of it is, the emotionally mature, the mature do what they don't want to do for the greater good because they understand the greater good. When we're mature, we understand that if I have sugar, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I'm going to be sick. I'm not going to give my body the nutrition it needs. So I'm not always going to have fruit and vegetable because I feel like it. I'm going to have fruit and vegetable because it's good for me. It's and a good, healthy me is a good, healthy mom, sister, brother, okay? Now, the point that Cindy Trim was making is this. Women don't understand that sex is for women. It's not for men. Sex does 1,000,001 things for women. Regulates our hormones. It helps us with sleep. It helps us with mood. It helps us with this. And it helps. I mean, there's a huge list of the things that sex does for women that a man doesn't even touch on the benefits of. A man will get release and it will become intimate. He'll get connected. Maybe the benefits for sex for a man are probably 5. Okay, for a woman, we're talking about 45, 50 benefits of sex for a woman. Okay. And part of that is regulating your emotions. So what she wasn't saying is if a man is abusive or if a man is beating you or treating you badly and doing all these horrible things, exactly, instead of him doing all these horrible things, we're not talking about abusive men, we're talking about a healthy relationship with a man. You've had an argument, you've had a fight. And this is what she was saying. Having talked about it all day, having discussed it, having gone back and forth, having gone into therapy, having tried everything, sex is going to help you become intimate again. It's going to create an avenue for intimacy again. It's going to create the biological, biochemical, hormonal cocktail to help you be more vulnerable and intimate again. It actually does that. It doesn't mean it solves the problem. It just helps the problem get better. It's like putting oil on the engine. And then the mature also understand that some things in life are duty, which is why, ladies, not everyone wanting to get married is ready and capable of marriage. Because we have to understand that in marriage, there's some things we do as a duty. That when we marry with our bodies, we marry with our minds, we marry with our hearts, we marry with our values. And if I marry and then I decide that, I'm marrying so that we can become one, but I'm upset, so I'm withholding what's ours so that I can have leverage and control. If that is even a contemplation, honey, you are honestly not ready for the ring. Because I think that a lot of us really believe that the ring is about a man getting down on one knee, it's about the fantasy. I put the pretty pictures up for you to see. Because it is beautiful. There is the romantic element of marriage, which is usually the wedding, pre-wedding, all of that. That's the romantic bit. The actual lights out, everybody goes home, brick and mortar. I had one of my brides say to me, I'm married, now what? She's like, now what? Right? She's like, what do we do now? Right? Because it's so dull. Marriage is dull. It's dull. It's boring. It's mainly predictable. And it is laced with an insane amount of duty. And I am not encouraging women to do things that are inauthentic, and I'm not encouraging you to abuse yourself. I'm just giving it to you straight. Because any one of you who comes to my masterclasses, and anyone who knows me knows I just tell the truth. Okay, I just tell it to you. I'm going to tell you what nobody else wants to tell you. Because it's not cool. Because if we tell you the truth, you're not going to come back. You're going to unsubscribe. You're going to unfollow. You're going to be upset. And you're going to bugger off. Right? So nobody wants to tell you. But I'm going to tell you. Because I tell the truth. And shame the devil. Okay? And I know that the people who follow me love me because I tell the truth. Okay? And the truth is, amongst many duties that your role has, sex is one of them. And that goes for him as well. Just because he's upset doesn't mean that you have to go without what you need. Just because he's upset doesn't mean that he withholds. And if you're on my side of the fence where I am here trying to heal marriages and fix people's relationships, it starts with withholding. It starts with the mindset of control, right? So do we just lay there and take it like a slave? Of course not. We grow up. Right? We grow up. We understand that I'm going to have to do some things. not all the time, but most of the time, that I don't want to do for the greater good of the team. If this is triggering you, sweetie, I swear, if this is triggering you, you are not ready for marriage. And if you were tempted, you are going to find that the man won't want to marry you because he can feel that you're not ready for duties. In the same way as, would you want to marry a man who's irresponsible, doesn't have a job, doesn't have anything going, or a man who feels like he will only be a gentleman when he likes you? He will only provide for you when he likes you. He'll only protect you if he likes you. You still expect a man to fulfill his duty. You could be having the worst possible argument, but if danger's coming your way, you don't expect him to be like, you're on your own. You expect him to still endanger his life. You still expect him to take the danger, regardless of what's going on in the relationship. You still expect that protection. You still expect it, no? Their duties. A man might not want to, at that point, give up his life for you, injure himself for you, or put himself in a bad situation for you. He may not want to do that. But we would expect him to. So a mature man is going to do his job anyway. A mature man is going to protect his woman anyway. A mature man is going to provide for his woman anyway. A mature man is going to be a gentleman anyway. He's still going to open doors anyway. He's going to do it angry, but he won't do it anyway. Okay? As a woman, knowing the benefits to your body, you can take it anyway. You can take your vitamins anyway. Now, this is not me making a case for women having sex. Of course, this is a bigger topic. This is a bigger conversation. We can be here all day. One of the masterclasses I want to do is a sexual masterclass, because I don't think we understand sex, and we have not been taught it from the right place. Okay, so that's a whole conversation that I'm not going to have now. But I'm using that as an example because I know it will trigger so many of us. And I know that is going to upset some of us. Why? I want you to understand that upset is a sign that you're emotionally immature and not ready to marry. And the course, the Get the Ring, Crack the Commitment Code, Get the Ring course, is going to show you and teach you how to show up more mature. It's not going to talk about what I've just discussed. Okay? We talk about sex in the dating playbook. So you feel free to go and do that. And I touch on sex a little bit in the in this masterclass, in the Crack the Commitment Code masterclass. But sex is a whole other topic, and maybe we might do a masterclass in one of the months to come. Okay, so save your £1, because I might actually venture there. Okay, because I think there's so much misunderstanding around sex and sexuality that when we make these statements, we offend a lot of people. But the mature mind will say, you know what, I don't understand what she's saying. Just being a big, I don't know. But now what I'm going to do is ask questions. I'm going to find out, and I'm not going to jump to conclusions. That's what the mature do. So if you're offended and already left, or whatever the story is, then you can't get the ring. You shouldn't want the ring. But if you want the ring, you can do the masterclass, because I break it down. I break down how to be more mature, how to show maturity in your courtship phase, how to show that you are a mature woman who can handle the burdens and the responsibilities of marriage. Okay, so we don't want to just rush into being engaged because, well, I want a ring too. I want to be a bride too. I want my day too, right? We want to be ready for marriage. And my swans who worked with me, they're ready for marriage. We've done the work. They know what is expected because I'm a wife maker. Okay, I know how to take a girl and make her into a wife. So sorry. Somebody tried to call me. I thought my do not display is on, but clearly not. Now, that's really important, the making of a wife. So this is what you're going to learn in one of the modules where I talk about how to grow yourself, how to show up as a mature woman, so that a man will see that, yeah, I can marry her. Because when men are looking to commit, okay, they have certain markers. We have certain markers. We're not just going to commit to a broke guy. Not if we're black swans. We're not just going to commit to an immature man. You know, he has no capacity for your emotions. They get on his nerves. You are walking on eggshells. We as women, we have markers to say, you know what, this is the guy I'd love to commit to. This is the guy that I would like to be his girlfriend. If we're healthy, we've got good markers. If we're not healthy, we're just trying to be anybody's girlfriend. But I know that I'm talking to women who are on the path to health, right? In the same way, men have certain markers, and one of them is emotional maturity. They must experience you as an emotionally mature woman. You can't just go off. You can't just do certain things, and it looks a certain way. And again, I go into it in full detail in the masterclass. The next thing is that, first and foremost, when we are choosing to get into a committed relationship that is going to lead to getting the ring, you're not going to get the ring if the man's finances are funny. Okay, I would love to live in a world where love conquers all. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't. The truth of the matter is, if a man's money is funny, he will not commit. And if his money is funny, and you are the girl that tries to get his money right for him, he will disrespect you and he will dishonor you, because there's some things a man wants to be able to bring into a relationship. Okay, so we talk about money, and I talk about money a little bit more in the Crack the Commitment Code. Okay, because sometimes if we're mature and we meet a guy and he's not got his life together, we don't need to engage and stay in that relationship. But there are some things that we can do outside of the relationship that can get him more commitment ready. Okay, one of which is losing you. Okay. Look, being a high quality woman is hard work, takes strength of character, strength of heart. If you are a weakling, if you're easily swayed, you will never be a high quality woman. You will never be a high value woman. You have to know your standards. You have to be able to stand on them and insist that everything be right. Because if a man's finances are funny, he will not commit, and then you're going to spend so much time trying to get the ring from a man who can't afford a ring. Okay? So we're not going to do that, right? Next point is, when a man is dragging his feet about commitment, it's usually because there is low to no attraction as well, right? So no attraction means there's something and a dynamic that has entered the relationship that has made the man lose his attraction for you. And I'm not talking about sexual attraction. Okay? You need to be very clear. A man will probably sleep with anything. Really, honestly, if the lights are if the lights are dim, I mean, most men, not all, are not very selective about who they sleep with. They're very selective about who they mate with, in terms of who they bring to their world, who they bring to the environment, who they bring to the atmosphere, right? That's where the selectiveness comes in. And they're going to choose a woman who's not necessarily the prettiest girl in the room where they're going, or in the environment, or in their world. They're going to choose a woman who's the most emotionally attractive, right? Emotionally attractive. Because men have if you can engage a man's emotional attraction over an extended period of time, that man is not going to get bored of you. And a lot of us have been taught and told that be nice, give him everything he needs, cook for him, do his laundry, whatever, just act homely and domesticated. And what will happen is, he will marry you because he wants to see whether or not you can be a good domesticated human. It's actually not true. A man wants to marry a woman who ignites him emotionally. That means she's always interesting to him. She's always a mystery to him. She's always, she holds herself to a certain standard that she never lets down, no matter how long they've been dating. No matter how long they've been dating, she never lets her standards down, never lets her back, because that woman remains a perpetual challenge, remains a perpetual conquest. And it's not hard if you know what you're doing. You know, it's not hard to remain a perpetual conquest, because if he feels like he's having to win you every day, earn you every day, no matter how long you've been together, he's going to rush and put the ring on your finger, because if he feels that way, then he's going to assume that every man feels that way. If he feels like, oh, this is the kind of woman that I have to work for, you know, she doesn't, no matter how long we've been together, I still can't do that to her. I still can't say that to her. I still can't get away with that with her. She still has these boundaries that I can't move or shake, no matter how much I spend on her, no matter, she still has these things. And if she's got them for me, she's going to have them. She's selective with men. She makes it hard for everybody else. And if I'm the one who wins her, if I'm the one who secures her, I'm a champion. I'm like a champion. And this is the woman that I will feel proud to be with. And so for you as a woman, you know, when you are in a relationship, not just when you're trying to get a guy to raise that attraction. And guess what? As women, we were taught, be sexually attractive. So what do? We spend all the money, all the time, all the effort, all the everything on looking pretty, right? We invest in our looks, and that's important. But not when we are in that middle gap. When we're in that, he's asked to be exclusive, and I want the ring. It's that little gap where everybody messes up real fast, real quick, right? That's that gap that would have made a man who wanted to marry you tomorrow spend 5 years, 7 years, 8 years stringing you along. In that gap is where we make a lot of mistakes, okay? We make a lot of emotional attraction mistakes by usually falling into nice girl patterns, by usually falling into the patterns that we're told, hey, if you marry me, you get all of this. I will cook for you, I'll clean for you, I'll be so sexy for you, I'll do for you, I'm all for you, it's all about you, brother. If you marry me, I'm gonna make my world about you. And what happens? He thinks, I'm the prize. Thank you, darling. I'm the prize. She wants a piece of this. All of a sudden, he's in his ego, right? And now he's looking for something better, right? He's looking for something more sparky, because men get bored very quickly, because women are always trying to make them comfortable quickly. Why? Because we love men the way we want to be loved, right? A woman wants to be loved in such a way that she stays, she wants to be loved in such a way that she feels comfortable and safe, right? She wants to feel comfortable. She wants to feel safe. And so what we do is when we're in that relationship where we feel chosen, selected, and exclusive to this man, we get into this, now I'm comfortable and I feel safe. So what we create for the man, because he's giving us that comfort and safety, because that's what we want commitment for, right? Commitment for us as women, it makes us feel safe, it makes us feel comfortable, it makes us feel secure, we feel good, we're sitting in our feminine energy, we can exhale, oh, I feel good. Somebody's claimed us, somebody has created, is saying, I want you in my world, I want to work to have you, to keep you. Somebody's saying, hey, you're the prize for me, it feels good. So we become comfortable. Then we think we have to create the comfort for him. We think, oh, a man wants comfort. I've got comfort, so the only thing I can do to reciprocate is to make his world comfortable. Okay, but and what you're gonna learn in the Crack the Code, and what you will learn in the Black Swan Relationship Academy, whether it's high value strategies course, whatever course I do, what you're gonna learn is gonna be something totally counterintuitive. Because men, yes, they want safety too, but it is not a priority. Men want freedom, they want adventure, they want mystery, they want conquest, they want those kind of things, right? And when we try to make them comfortable, we take all that away. We take the freedom away. We take the conquest away. We take the hunt away from them. You know, my ex-husband used to say, geez, woman, we've been married for 12 years and I feel like I'm chasing you, right? Or however many years. It get him so annoyed. But he was obsessed with me, you know. He was obsessed with me. And that's because we have to keep parts of ourselves intact. This is such an important course. And this is such an important lesson. If you want to be a wife one day, if you want to be like Crystal, if you want to be like all the other swans that are getting married this year, it's not enough to just know how to get a guy. You need to learn how to keep him. You need to learn how to keep him interested whilst keeping yourself. And here's the beautiful thing. To keep a man, you have to keep yourself. To keep a man, you have to honor yourself. To keep a man, you have to respect yourself. A lot of us think it's otherwise. We think to keep a man, I have to do what he wants. I have to please him. I have to give him. I have to serve him. I have to surrender to him. I have to. That is not to say we do not serve. It doesn't mean that we don't love a man. But men need love in a different way. They need to be nurtured in a different way. They want affirmation. They want validation. They want to be told they're king and ruler of all they survey. You know, they want to be lifted up. They want to be respected. That's love for them. They don't want to be mollycoddled and spoiled and bought things and taken care of. Mom did that. They don't need mommy. Mommying men is the number one reason you won't get the ring, okay? Every man wants something different. Every man will be nuanced, but I'm talking about the basic. And so you need to go through an educational process, crack the commitment code, get the ring. That phase is a phase I see so many women fall down at. So many women will raise attraction because they're beautiful, they're smart, they're intelligent, they're lovely, they're effervescent. And the moment they get into that exclusive relationship where he's like, I just want us to be exclusive, pop goes the weasel. All of the stuff comes out, and all of a sudden now we're dealing with how come he doesn't want to marry me. You know, he's pulling away. He's trying to wriggle out of this relationship. And we don't realize that often is the dynamic that has shifted in us. Oh, what happens when a man says, you know, we always say, when a man says he wants to be exclusive, why does he change and become annoying? Why does he just change and all of a sudden starts taking you for granted? Well, it doesn't change. You change. Your energy changes. You feel like, oh, got him. And a lot of what I'm teaching in the Get the Ring, if you're a married woman, you should be doing that as well, right? But in the Get the Ring, I break everything down in minutiae. You know how I am. You know how I am. If you've done any of my courses, you know how I am. I will break down every single thing I have to say to minutiae so you understand exactly what is required. I'm not going to do that tonight. We're not going to be here all night doing that. But I am giving you some tips for those of you who won't be able to get the course, and because I'm not doing a free masterclass this month. Then we have low value behavior. Low value behavior usually comes from this entitled safety comfort behavior. Okay, we start to give ourselves away freely and cheaply. We stop requiring effort and investment. And in fact, we turn the tables and we become the investor and we become the one making the effort. And we want, again, all tied in together. The moment you were high value, showing up as high value, high status, and high worth, and now you're in a relationship and you're not doing so much, and you've turned the tables around because we get really insecure. We want commitment so badly. We I don't know. We've got this commitment. Like, I need commitment. I need commitment. You know, we've got this thing in our head that kicks in when the man wants to be exclusive, that we start to lose our high value behavior. We stop approaching things and getting to things in a high value way. Again, this course is going to help you. It's going to be step by step what to expect in every season, in every stage of the relationship. You know, through all of the relationship stages, from the honeymoon stage, the power struggle stage, what should you do, right? So you have your little handbook. You have your little, you have this, kind of body of work that you can really know what to do in every stage of your relationship. Okay. Men like challenge, but do you ever feel like men, as much as they like it, fight it? Yes. Belvi, see una Belvi. I hope I said that right. Yes, she's saying that men like a challenge, but do I ever feel like as much as men like it, they fight it? Yes. 100%. Yes. Men men like women. We're very much the same human beings. We know what we need. And we want the easy. Every woman here who is high value, high status, high self-worth wants a man who knows who he is. A man who's a masculine man. A man who understands who he is, knows what he's going for, knows his worth, right? Every woman here who is feminine wants a man who he knows who he is, he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's about, and he moves with confidence and focus. And if he wants you, he wants you. He's not playing games. He's serious. He's that guy. He's that guy. But when that guy shows up and he's got boundaries, and he's not having you talk to him any kind of way, and he's going to tell you, this is not acceptable here, you're going to fight against it. When he shows his leadership in such a way that, I've made up my mind, right? We're going to fight against it. But at the end of the day, even if we're fighting against it, we kind of think it's sexy. We kind of think, my man knows what he's about. He won't even take nonsense from me, because that guy, you can't mess with him, because even with me, he puts his foot down, right? We like that. It's kind of sexy, but we don't like it. We're like, no, men shouldn't do this and men shouldn't do that. And we'll even have campaigns about it, and we'll even do podcasts about it. Men shouldn't. But at the end of the day, the guys that do it, we have no respect for them. Okay? Same thing with men. Men will argue, fight. They will fuss and fight that women should make it easy for them. We should ask them out. We should pay for them. We should facilitate their heart's desire. We should lay ourselves out on a silver platter and let them have us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on their whim. But we know the women that do that get dumped. We know it. We know the women that are out here laying it out for a man, making it easy, are the ones that get cheated on, lied to, all kind of things. I have yet to see a woman who just lays at the feet of a man and just worships the ground he walks on. I'm yet to see that woman ever get respect, cherishing, love from a man. I'm yet to see that. I see a woman who's kind. I see a woman that is good, who's boundaried, who's got standards, who's got a very safe sense of self. I see that woman get loving partners, respecting partners, cherishing partners. Who thinks I'm lying? How many of you have seen a doormat get true love from a guy? But yet that's what they want from us, right? They want us all to accept them broke, busted, and disgusted. But the truth is, if you accept a man when he's broke, he will disrespect you because he thinks you must have no value to choose me while I am at my lowest. He's going to think you can't think highly of yourself if you're going to choose me at my lowest as a man. He's going to judge you. But he's going to go on the podcast and say, all these women want is money. They just want money. They just, they can't take a brother and work with a brother or whatever. Right? But you choose them and see what's going to happen. Right? So yes, we, men and women, we beg for things that we know we shouldn't have. We fight for things that we know we shouldn't have. Because at the end of the day, the woman is going to choose the man that sets boundaries with her and with his world. We're going to respect, love, choose the man who sets boundaries in his world and with us. That's the guy we're going to be like, right? Are we going to like it every time he does it? No, but we're going to respect that man. Is a man going to like it every time you set a boundary and a standard and your no is no and your yes? He's not going to like it. He's going to sulk. I said this in the high value strategies. I say this in dark feminine energy. We as women have to, hi Caroline, we as women have to get comfortable with a man sulking. We have to get comfortable with a man throwing a tantrum and a fit and whatever he wants to do. We have to get okay with a man not being happy with us. We have to get okay with a man walking away. We have to get okay, because if you don't get okay with that, if you don't, thank you, Caroline, if you don't get comfortable with a man being pissed off because you said no, baby girl, you're never going to be high value. You are never going to be treated well. You will live and you will die and never know what it is to be treated well by a man. Because I'm going to tell you this. If you want to be treated well by a man, it's not going to come by being a nice girl. So if you know you've got nice girl syndrome, head on over. In fact, I've got an even better thing. Because at the moment, anyone who DMs me asking for a course, and thank goodness for the 20 people that are here and those that don't watch the replay, in the month of March, I'm going to give you 40% off. I'm going to give you a link to the shop and it's 40% off. But you can only get it if you DM me. If you answer a story, if you comment below on my reels, if you interact with our posts, we're going to bless you by giving you 40% off only the month of March of any course. And I think that the Crack the Commitment code is 50% off for the next 7 days. So perfect timing. Remember, I'm in my season of generosity. This is my word for the year. So there's going to be a lot of giveaways, a lot of giving coming from my end. So if you want any of the courses for 40% off, DM me right now or after this live, whenever you're ready, and you will get it and you'll be able to buy any of the courses for 40% off. So the course for you, if you just cannot seem to shake yourself out of the nice girl, you need to do Nice Girl Rehab and you need to do Nice Girl Reloaded. And I think there's a package, Nice Girl package. You can get both at a very big discount plus 40% off. We're winning out here. Okay, this is the year of education. I'm just doing nothing but educating. Okay, so feel free to ask your questions. I have given you 4 points. I had another one, but I can't read my writing. I don't know what I wrote. But, you have 4 very key ones and a whole 3 hour, I don't know how many hours worth of content in the masterclass, video upon video, breaking it down for you to go and do. And maybe I might come back next week and maybe do another live and maybe give you a few more points about something else. And you can tell me what you want me to talk about. So let's see what the questions are. If anyone's got any questions. When dating for marriage and not going through the girlfriend-boyfriend stage, I'm assuming the same will still apply. Yes. I mean, if you are skipping the exclusive dating part, which I think is brilliant, depending on what that looks like, because some of us, what that means is I don't want the title, the obligation, or the responsibility, but I will explore all the privileges. So, you'll have your sleepovers, you will have your holidays together and all of these things. Then absolutely it needs to apply. But if it's, look, we're just going to stay dating, that means we're just going to go out on dates, do adventures, do trips, do things that are not boyfriend, girlfriendy, but just, getting to know each other, then, you want to just use the high value strategies and the dark feminine energy and the dating playbook for that. But if you are just dropping the title but enjoying the benefits, then perhaps you want to do that as well. Let's see what any more questions. Yes, Nanto is saying deep down they don't like it. No, they don't. I have this one thing that my sister told me is so funny and is so cute. And it is, when a man sort of complains about something that I know he likes, I'll be like, but you like it. You like it. If a man's like, oh, you're so difficult, you ask so much, I'll be like, Bet you like it, and usually they'll go a bit of a chuckle because they know they like it, right? You just kind of lighten the mood, but they like that challenge. They like the nose. A woman's no is really sexy. I don't know why we don't say it enough. I also think every man is different, or am I wrong? I find not every man is high value, but I hear you. Oh yeah, God, yeah. Not every man is high value. Absolutely. Me please, says Pretty. DM me, girls. Love you too, Amy 6284 Williams. Yeah, look, not every man is high value, but they're more high value men than we think. And this is how we sift the wheat from the chaff, girls. A high value man might not like it he might still do a huff and a puff, but he's still going to be a gentleman, and he's still going to show up, and he's not going to dump you, and he's not going to do something stupid. Okay? A low value man, he's going to be out there sleeping with girls and just trying to punish you. He's low value. Kick him to the curb. We ain't got no time. Girls, one thing you do not have is time. No, absolutely right, my darling. Not all men are high value. Yes, Belize 88. I will save it for ya. For sure. When you say benefits, do you mean intimate with a man, etc.? I'm referring to dates, spending time together, etc., but sex off the table. Okay. I think as long as you are spending a considerable amount of time together, you want to do the crack the commitment code. But if you're not staying over and you're not being sexual, then you probably want to, if you want to kind of keep that momentum going, you can do the other courses. However, I do feel like the crack the commitment code is so good because you want to have these things already in your pocket, because the way that I'm building all of it, because the next one is really going to be the premarital course, and then the marital, we're kind of building through the stages of relationships. But the way I built the dating playbook, the crack the commitment code is kind of an acceleration of that. So you almost want to know why you're doing something on this end, because it's going to sort of pay off when you get to month 6, right? Or it's going to pay off when you get, because like I said earlier, men get bored very quickly. Might sleep over, but separate rooms. Okay, that's good. That's good, because you're still creating that sense of boundary and space, which is important. But again, when you are there, what are you doing? What are we doing? If staying up all night, what are we doing? Right? There's some things that you need to know to do and not to do in a relationship. Are you leaving? I remember watching this thing. It was really interesting. And this girl was dating this high value guy. I mean, honestly, by other people's definition, not necessarily mine. But let's assume it's a high value guy. And what she pretty much meant is a man with money. Anyway, they dated for a long time. They became exclusive. And she stayed over for the first time in his house. He's really wealthy. All he wanted was a woman who would have his baby, stay at home, and be a good wife, kind of thing. And that was what she was after. So perfect. So they decide to become intimate, and they have sex, and she wakes up the next morning, and he leaves to go to work, right? And she's in bed, fine. She decides she's going to stay in bed all day because she's living her best life. She's in his mansion. She's living her best life. He comes home and she's still in her pajamas, and she's got a bonnet on or whatever. She's still in her pajamas and she's lazing around. He's like, you're still in bed. And she's, then eventually she stays over another night. And then basically when she eventually goes home, he sends her a message saying, oh, no, thank you. Live your best life. What did she do wrong? If you're going to be getting the ring, other than, I want us to get married, as in those conversations that people have in the early stages of dating. If you're going to be having the right conversations, he doesn't really mean it. Why, yes. He doesn't really mean it. He means it in that it may very well be his intention, but doesn't mean it. What he wants for you is, number one, if you're going to stay over, you be up before him. Because he said to you he wants a stay-at-home wife. Stay-at-home wives are up with the children early, or they're up for their man early. That's their job. That's their job. That's what you said you wanted. But you're sticking around like you got another job in the afternoon. He doesn't want a woman that's sitting around being lazy. And he didn't invite you to stay another night. And when you came back, you were still looking funny. Because this is what we do. We get comfortable real quick. And that comfortable creates a dynamic of boredom and fear in a man. A woman that gets too comfortable too quick in a relationship kind of triggers the, oh my goodness, thing in a man, that she's going to let herself go. She's going to start treating me badly. She's going to start being disrespectful. It's very scary. She just needed to stay over, get up early and leave with him in the morning and say, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been wonderful. And look cute and go home, so that he would want more of her. Instead, she decided to, oh, well, he said he wants to marry me. We've already done the maths. So the math is mathing. I'm going to stay and I'm going to enjoy myself, right? We do that too soon. We do that way too soon, right? Not the bonnet girl, the bonnet. And these men, they are giving you all day to live your best life with no children because they want to come home to a pretty chick. What else are you doing? If you're getting taken care of and all your needs are being met by a man, the least you can do is go to the spa. Don't you agree, ladies? The least you can do is have your hair done and your nails done and look cute when he comes home. That's the least you can do, because you're not looking after kids. He's got a housekeeper. What are you doing? Why are you still in bed? Because your job, if you want to be a stay-at-home woman, is to be his assistant, is to be there to take care of him and make sure that his needs are met, right? That's your job, just like you would at work. At work, if you're assisting your boss or you've got your thing, your job is to make sure you show up on time, do whatever your boss needs to be done. A woman that is a stay-at-home wife is employed at home, right? So you can't be coming home and you're still in bed. And furthermore, nobody invited you to stay. The little things that we do, and I talk in the course, I talk about how we pack. The underwear we pack, should we be packing? What are we doing? Should we be carrying a little bag in the boot just in case we stay over? What does that say to him? Should we not? What are we doing? What are we doing in this dynamic? A lot of us are making a big mess in the in-between stage. And many of us could have easily married the guys we were dating, that we were in love with, except we kept making the stupid mistakes in between. Right? So that's what the Crack the Commitment Code is about. I literally go into everything. Okay. And of course, if you got questions, you can ask those questions to me. And on that note, good news, I'm going back on YouTube, but I really want to hear from you and I want to be able to read out your questions. So do send any relationship questions that you have, if you want them read out on the channel and for me to give my feedback to your particular situation. You have until the weekend, no, not really, till Thursday, to send in your relationship questions, 200 words, no more than that, girls, to info@blackswanrelationshipacademy.com. info@blackswanrelationshipacademy.com. Send your little email telling us what's going on in your situation with your question. And when I'm back on YouTube, I'll read out your question and it will help everybody and it'll be great content because I'm coming back to YouTube soon. And it's going to be different. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fresh. So I want to be able to integrate that part of things with you. So do send me your questions. If you're on Swan City, you can put your question in the group and I will see to it. Yes, the spa. And getting cute is so much fun too. Exactly. Especially when you're being taken care of. Hello. I made the mistake of spending the night with a high value dupe. LOL. Exactly. Oh no, you didn't get duped, did ya? Oh no. Yay, back to YouTube. Yeah, I know. I left for a very long time. Yes, I will. Just please send me a DM after this, because I won't get these messages, unfortunately, afterwards. But I will. Yes, if you're on Swan City, you can leave me your question and I will read it out on camera so we can help other women and you can get your question as well. Questions to info@blackswanrelationshipacademy.com. info@blackswanrelationshipacademy.com. Thank you, Nadine. Nadine has put it in there. Or admin@blackswanrelationshipacademy.com. admin@blackswanrelationshipacademy.com. Or info. They go to the same inbox. And if you need clarity, you can DM me and we will send you the email. And you may be one of the first questions that I read out on the new YouTube channel. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. To be back after so many months off. I think I've been off YouTube for about 6 months, because it was just years, from 2018. I mean, just years and years of creating content nonstop, and I just burnt out. So I'm glad that I took time off. YouTube is a high production platform. You know, it's really high production. You know, for YouTube, I have people that do the design, the thumbnails and all of the paraphernalia. I have editors. And then I have, you know, editors for the podcast. It's a whole team. YouTube is a high level production. And it was really just burning me out. I'd just done too much. But I feel ready to come back. It's going to be new. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be exciting. That's all I'm going to say. So we're really, you know, I feel refreshed. I feel ready to go, and we can really talk about some real stuff. So, but I do want to really, you guys, you ladies, you give me energy. Okay, so when I know that I'm making a video that I know is directly going to help somebody, that gives me energy. If I'm just kind of creating content that I think people might like, it can get draining. So I really want the new YouTube channel to really reflect the needs and the circumstances and situations of the community. Okay, so that's my aim, that's my mission this year, to really get you in. I want to bring you close. I want you here, right? Because you remind me why I do what I do. You know, when I get those pictures, those testimonials, those rings, yeah, that gives me life. That really is what gives me life, honestly. You know, it just makes my day. So I realized that with YouTube, I needed to do things that make my heart sing, and I needed to create content that made my heart sing, and I needed to do things that were really, truly meaningful, because I got caught up in the rat race, trying to get those numbers up, trying to get those views going, trying to find popular topics. And, you know, it's such a rat race, and you lose yourself. It's like being in a relationship with a man that kind of is getting bored of you, and you are bored of him, but you just keep doing the same thing. And it's almost like, okay, I need to find myself again. So in the last 6 months that I've been off YouTube, I didn't even think the channel would survive, but it's still growing, and it's still thriving. But, you know, in the 6 months that I've been away, I've really had a chance to come back home, come back to myself and say, Chengi, why did you do this in the first place? Why did you even start this YouTube channel? What were you trying to achieve? And just kind of really peel back the ego that happens to all of us when we've been there too long, and really say, look, what's my next level? What do I want to say to the world? What's the conversation I want to have? And much of that has been not necessarily what is on my heart to share, but what's on the heart of the people I've been sent to serve. How can I truly, honestly serve? Not just serve my ego and be like, I'm Mama Swan, look at me, I've got a channel and I've got 83,000 people, yay, yay, yay. You know, I wanted to really say, look, I'm coming back to my roots, where I am in complete and absolute service to the people that I've been called to. So I'm excited about that. That has got me back again. And I hope you will enjoy the new YouTube channel, and above all, you will support it if you do enjoy it. Now, I think there's somebody wanting to come on camera, but that was a while back. So let's see if they still want to come on camera. camera. Maybe they disappeared. Maybe they did. Okay. If they don't come up, I'm going to assume they've gone. And as there are no more questions, darlings, I will be saying goodbye. So in Swan City, we're going to put the post, we're going to put all of the paraphernalia, the pictures for the course, the logins for the course, crack the commitment code, get the ring course. We're going to put it in there so that you have everything you need to find it. And when it comes to Swan City, I've got a plan for you too, but give me a break. I'm coming. And for those of us on Instagram, again, you know, check out the reels, check out the stories. Everything is going to be there, all the links, blah, blah, blah. And for those of you who haven't seen my episode on Stay Slick with Kit, wonderful young man who's just doing amazing things in London. I was on his podcast, fantastic. Go check that out. The link is in my stories. Anything else you want, DM me, remind me to put the links, etc., etc., and I'll make sure that I have everything in the stories. So always check the stories, ladies, because if there's anything you need, it's gonna be in the stories. Will you do more lives on YouTube? I would love to, but lives are hard right now. However, I am thinking of doing them more often. Yes, because I know you loved the lives with the coaches. So maybe just let me get my feet wet. Let me get my feet wet back in the YouTube space. You have no idea. I almost never went back. Just once I've got, you know, a rhythm going, then maybe once a month we might do some lives, and it'll be wonderful if some of you ladies can join us on the live. And yeah, I want to be able to do so much. And I wish I could duplicate myself between doing the professional coaching for you ladies and gentlemen who feel called to help people with their relationships. We're doing interviews now where you have all your questions answered and put on the waiting list. So that is happening right now. So if you feel called, there will be no money to spend. This is just for you to ask questions, for us to see if this would even match you and your goals. You know, absolutely free. Just go to the website, click I want to be a professional coach, book your 30-minute conversation. And that's, you know, that's a big project that I've been working on. And of course, crack the commitment code is live for you to go and purchase and enroll in at 50% off. I mean, what more can I do for you, ladies? It's all there for you. I want you to be ready because I need more good news. I need more good news. I want to be glamour again. I want to be glamour to 1,000 babies. I want to be, you know, at the weddings. I want to live my best life through you. Okay, so give Mama Swan a gift. Go get ready for your upcoming marriage. Go get ready for the man who's about to sweep you off your feet. I don't want you to lose him because you were not believing. Okay, believe. In the words of Christ, only believe. You know, we don't do anything about our love lives when we don't believe. But when you believe, when you truly wholeheartedly believe, the love is cracking down on you. The love is hunting you down, that you are worthy, that it's your time, it's your turn. When you believe, there's a way you prepare, right? There is a way you prepare when you believe. And when you don't believe, you don't prepare. And when you don't prepare, you're prepared to fail. Okay, so my job, my mandate, my mission is to educate you, ladies and gentlemen, on getting ready. I want healthy relationships. We're done with toxic relationships. We're done with abusive relationships. We're done with ignorant relationships. We're done. We're totally done. We're ready now to create loving, beautiful love lives. And I am a witness to my couples, my babies, that have beautiful men who love them and beautiful women who love them, men who honor them. Those are my babies, and you are my babies. So do what my babies did. Go get yourself educated. Go get yourself into a course. Go book yourself a coach. Go book yourself do something. Do something every month for you. Commit to do something for you in preparation for the love that's coming your way, because baby, I cannot wait to post your pictures. I cannot wait to post pictures of your babies, of your wedding, of your engagement. I cannot wait to attend your wedding if I'm invited. You know, I'm not always invited, but I'm happy to be invited to Crystal's wedding. So I'm going to be at a Chinese wedding. I've never been to a Chinese wedding. But as you know, Black Swan Relationship Academy, we have clients from all over the world, all races, all religions, all creeds. And I am so incredibly, terribly blessed to be able to reach women from all over the world. And I'm so blessed to have you in my life. You are everything. I love you so much. And I'm going to say good night. And I'm going to go and watch a movie. And I'm going to Netflix and chill and relax. And I will see you on the reels. Maybe next week. Who knows? I might come back live again. But love you lots. Take care of you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.